started out as a strategy of racial divide on Survivor Cook Islands became a contest of brains versus brawn. Yul was the master strategist, Ozzy dominated every physical challenge, and Becky had to fight just to make it into the final three. Yul tried a last-ditch but honorable effort to save her.
If you want that, I'll give it to you. Obviously, I'm exposing myself to risk, which I'm willing to do. The one thing I've always kind of stayed true to is my friendship with Becky.
But in the end, it was not to be. The votes went to Yul and Ozzy.
It comes down to one vote left. The winner of Survivor Cook Islands.
Yul Kwon, good morning and congratulations.
Thank you, Julie.
Has it sunk in yet?
No, not quite. I still feel like I'm living a dream. So it hasn't sunk in yet, and I hope it never does.
Now, it's only been a few hours that you've known this. Have you slept at all since you found out that you're the winner?
I think Ozzy and I have slept maybe about an hour each. So we had a lot of press interviews afterwards. I wanted to spend some time with my family before they left. And then we woke up early, and here we are. So.
Now, last night, as we're all watching the final tribal council, it was 4 votes for you, 4 votes for Ozzy. As Jeff Probst is about to read that final 9th deciding vote, what were you feeling? Were you feeling like
I knew it was going to be a close vote, honestly. I mean, Ozzy is a phenomenal competitor. I think he's probably the strongest individual challenge competitor ever to appear on the show. And I felt that, both of us deserve to win. I mean, I can't say that I deserve to win any more than he did. And if he had won, I'd be so happy for him. But it didn't work out that way. But when he called out 4-4 and had the last vote to go, I had no idea what the vote was going to be.
We know that Jonathan voted for you to win. Did you ever find out who the other, because you got 5 total votes to win, did you ever find out who the other 4 were?
I'm not positive. I think Ozzy and I talked about it, and I think we have an idea of who voted for whom. But we're not exactly sure, but I think I probably know.
In the after party, when everyone gets to celebrate, did you go around asking, or is that just not to be discussed?
No, at that point, it didn't really matter. I mean, I'm sure we'll figure it out at some point, but after I won, everyone was so gracious and, congratulating me, and there's no point at that point to figure out who voted for who. I was just really happy. It was a pleasure to be with everyone there, and I think Ozzy's a great competitor. So all in all, I was just very happy with the ending.
After 13 seasons on the air, last night's final tribal council was probably one of the... There didn't seem to be bitterness. What do you attribute that to?
I think we had a very likable cast this season. I think the people on the show, the crew, and the casting department did a great job getting people who were genuinely... good-hearted people who are there to have a good experience. I don't think there's a single person who harbored any kind of racist attitudes on the show. And I think for the most part, obviously tensions run very high during the show itself, but I think everyone was able to put it behind them. And coming together at the live reunion, I think people were just very happy to have had the experience. So.
You were friendly throughout with Becky and Ozzy. If you had to choose between Becky and Ozzy, who would you have voted for?
Honestly, that would have been a tough call. Ozzy, again, has been a phenomenal competitor. I think Becky has not, she's been really, really tough. She was an equal partner with me in strategizing throughout the game. I don't think I would have gotten as far in the game without her, so I don't think she's gotten as much credit as she honestly deserves. If I had to vote between them, it would have been, honestly, a tough choice. I think Ozzy clearly would have won any other season. If I had to choose, it probably would have been Becky, if only because
you guys were tight from the beginning, right?
We were tight from the beginning, and we did the show for very similar reasons, and I know...
You said you wanted to do the show to improve and expand the image of Asian Americans. You feel like you did that?
I hope I did. Honestly, I don't necessarily think I was the best person to represent my community, but I had this golden opportunity in my lap. And, I really wanted to break stereotypes. When I was growing up as a kid, I didn't see many people who looked like myself that I could look up to as a role model or want to emulate.
You and me both, Yul. Yeah. And I know it started out about race and didn't turn out that way at the end, but as a member of the Asian American tribe, I want to say congratulations and stick around because we're going to give you your $1 million check. We're going to bring Ozzy back. We're going to ask both of you what you're going to do with your money because he also gets some money. So we'll see you in a little bit.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Yul.